Alright, what is going on guys? Gino checking back in for another video today, and in this video I'm going to be starting a cut. Now before I show you guys the current physique, I'm first going to be showing the thing that I always show in every single video. My breakfast. So I have the usual bowl of cream of wheat with 100 grams of cream of wheat, 40 grams of whey, 20 grams of cacao powder, 2 bananas, 18 grams of cashew peanut butter, and I added some Himalayan salt on top of it, the legendary Nutella sandwich, some coffee, and some water to get hydrated. I'm actually on the way to the gym right now to hit my last upper body session before we actually deload. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I'm pretty due for a deload, even considering the fact that this is my 4th week into the training cycle. I've accumulated a lot of fatigue, not gonna lie, especially since I pushed on every single exercise. But what I did actually notice, especially in my leg development, that it's paying off, man. Even for just 4 weeks of pushing some more volume and putting more load onto my lower body musculature and my entire body musculature in general. And I'm noticing a lot more fullness and details in my legs, even though my body fat is at around, I'd say 14 or 15% at the moment. So I'm definitely noticing that logging my exercises and pushing it more on all of the lifts instead of just my compound lifts is definitely paying off big time. One thing that I'm actually contemplating on doing is switching up some of my exercises, and especially the compound lifts. For the past 7.5 years that I've been training, I've really been a big fan of the big 4 compound lifts. So the bench press, the overhead press, the squat, and the deadlift. I've already started to implement some different variants of the deadlift in my program as of the past, I'd say, year or half a year. So I'm now doing the Romanian deadlifts instead of the sumo or the conventional deadlift. But I'm really doubting to even program a different exercise for the overhead press. So most likely it'll either be a dumbbell shoulder press or a seated overhead press, simply because I noticed that the stimulus to fatigue ratio, shout out to Dr. Mike Israel for that one, was pretty much higher on the fatigue range for the overhead press, even though it's a freaking epic exercise for the delts and especially the anterior delts. I want to kind of see and experiment for myself what other exercises might mean for my physique in terms of muscular development. So I'm still doubting about that, I'm still thinking about that, but most likely, since I'm stubborn and I want to step a little bit more out of my comfort zone in terms of like programming my exercises and my training program in general, I'm thinking about just throwing out a couple of exercises and reprogramming or programming in some new exercises that I haven't really focused on before. So anyway, I'm on the way to the gym right now. Like I said, this is the last upper body session of the week and also before I start deload. So let's go to the gym and hit some upper. So I was only able to film like 1 or 2 exercises because the gym was pretty damn crowded and I couldn't really place my tripod anywhere, so terribly sorry. But on the way home right now, feeling pretty freaking wrecked, guys. As per usual, the last day or the last week before the deload can be pretty tough, especially since I'm pushing some more volume, since I can recover the week after during the deload week. So I'm now going home, eat the post-workout meal, shower up, and then at my girlfriend's party actually, because she's celebrating her 21st birthday today. Right, I'm having a quick little post-workout meal right here, which is pretty high protein, but it's a little bit more of an easy choice than cooking my eggs, since it takes a pretty long time. I have 4 rice cakes with around, I'd say 30 or 40 grams of light jelly. Didn't really weigh it because I always eat this like every single day. Then I have 450 grams of Greek yogurt, just plain 0% fat, and 110 grams of mixed frozen berries. Can you take a small little guess on where we're at right now?
It wasn't much.
I don't know if anyone of you can actually remember like the vlogs from 2016, if you've been subscribed for that long, that is. We went to the McDonald's pretty often, especially when I was in the lean bulking phase. Still the same old ice cream cone.
Yeah, but I was on my major bulk and we went 5 times a week so I could get my chicken nuggets. That bulk was insane.
Was it 5 times or 3 to 4 times per week, I'd say?
Sometimes 5, I swear.
Sometimes, yeah. We were two little fat asses, but anyway, the major thing that I always get when I'm at McDonald's is not really like a burger or something. I just want something small, something sweet, so I take an ice cream cone. And there's actually a little tip for you guys as well. If you don't have any macros left, or barely any macros, pick an ice cream cone. You can still eat something with the people that you're, you know, at the McDonald's with, or at a restaurant, or whatever, Burger King, you name it.
This is so good.
Eat an ice cream cone. So you can actually already notice that I'm deeper into the bulk and I'm able to enjoy. I'm so gonna zoom in on your head. I can enjoy some good food again, some more food. So you'll see the return of the ice cream cones a little bit more often. Alright, so I just got done eating my breakfast, doing the posing update, and I'm gonna be honest, I think this is the worst that my body composition has looked in quite a long time. And even if you flash back to how I looked before I started prep in, I believe, December, when it was peak bulk phase, I still had a decent enough conditioning in terms of like the shreds that were a little bit visible. But I think that regarding the fact that I gained like 10 kilos in a matter of 4 months or 16/17 weeks post competition, it doesn't get distributed evenly. Like, my legs still look pretty damn lean for this body weight at least, and my upper body is holding a lot more body fat than it usually does, and I'm not a big fan of that actually. Again, normally during my lean bulking look, I'm able to maintain a decently low body fat level in terms of my own standards. So the goal for now is to enter a little mini cut. I typically don't have to drop my calories that drastically low in order to lose a substantial amount of body fat, even considering like me ending at 2600 calories in the last week of prep. So I'm going to be starting at 27 to 2800 calories, which is a deficit for me. No cardio as of yet, just upping my step intake and focus on losing body fat in the next coming 6 to 8 weeks. Alright, so here goes nothing. This is the physique update that I promised to show you guys in this video. And again, as I said, it's probably the worst body composition that I've been at in a very long time. Keep in mind, I followed the recovery diet method that I pretty much recommend for everyone going through a post-competition period, since it's the most healthy way to get back to normal states, normal hormonal levels, and all in all, just to feel better again and perform better in the gym. The only downside to it is that when testosterone is low and every negative hormonal adaptation that you get when you're at a low body fat level is pretty much still present in the first couple of months post-show, since it takes a long time to get back to baseline or to more optimal levels, you will gain body fat very easily. And I'm seeing this right now in my own physique. I'm weighing around 10 kilograms, that's around 25 pounds heavier than my competition weigh-in, my competition weight, and it didn't get distributed evenly. Like, even comparing myself to the same body weight, I'm at around 90 kilograms right now, that's around 215 pounds I believe. I used to look way leaner at this body weight, so the goal for now that I'm fully back to healthy levels again, is to cut down some body fat and get myself back to my regular lean bulking look, to enable myself to be a lot leaner at this body weight, to continue the lean bulk / off season for a longer time and just look more aesthetic overall, since that is something that I personally really enjoy. So that's the plan for now. And I still stand strong with the fact that this was the best option, that was the best choice, simply because I was at a body fat level that wasn't healthy for me. I didn't really feel healthy or could perform optimally as well. So it's a good thing that I gained, you know, the majority of my weight back. But now that I'm settled, feeling normal again, feeling great again, I want to get my body fat to a more aesthetically pleasing level, so that I can continue the off season from a more efficient standpoint in terms of my body fat and how high my body fat will end at the end of the off season. So right now, time for the second meal of the day, which is... Alright, what's going on guys? It's the next day. Actually just weighed myself and I'm down about a kilo or 2.2 pounds in 2 days time. So that's from Monday starting the cut to Tuesday being on the first day and Wednesday now being on the second day of having weigh-ins, that is. So far it's still like easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm still at 27 or 2800 calories, so that's not even that low yet. I can lose fat pretty easily on those amount of calories, and then I'm also going off previous cuts where I was on that amount of calories. 2700 is not really that high for me. When it comes to going below 300 grams of carbs, then I'll be hungry. Very hungry. So what I've also come to realize is that I do not really have a very adaptive metabolism, and in terms of my appetite, that's a negative thing, but in terms of the amount of calories that I can get pretty lean on, it's actually a pretty positive thing. Like my maintenance is at around, I'd say 3100 calories or 31 to 3200 calories, I believe, and I can cut on 2700 calories for pretty much like 6 or 7 weeks without actually reaching a plateau or having my metabolism adapt to that amount of calories before I have to make a change. And my bulking calories always remain around 33 to 3400. And I actually know of a lot of people that have a very adaptive metabolism and they need to bump their calories up even though their maintenance might be around the same level as I am. But because their metabolism adapts so quickly, they need to bump it up to 4000, and sometimes even during a cut they might end up at like 2300 simply because their metabolism adapts way quicker. So yeah, I've come to realize that my metabolism doesn't really have that, so that's lucky in this case. But sometimes I wish that I could be bulking on like 4000 calories. That would be the dream. So anyway, I'm going to be coming home right now to do some work on the computer. Actually been having a lot of new coaching clients, so I really appreciate the fact that you are giving your trust to me so that I can help you guys reach your goals. So if you're interested, I still have a couple of slots open. There's a link in the description so that you can apply for your choice of an online coaching program, and then we can work together towards your goals. Alright, so to close off the video, starting a cut this early on after a bulking phase is not something that I recommend for anyone. This is a different scenario. Keep in mind, I was at a severely low body fat level and I came off of a competition prep and a bodybuilding show, so my situation is different than your situation. Normally, when I'm just doing a regular bulk after a regular cut, that is, I bulk for at least 6 months before I actually think of starting like a little cutting phase. You need to be in a caloric surplus for a long enough time to actually build some new muscle tissue, and if you want to make that investment in your physique, you cannot go around cutting every 3 to 4 months. It's very tempting because being shredded looks amazing, I know, but you need to put in the necessary time and effort. My situation, like I said, is different. Being at severely low body fat levels really plummets your testosterone, and if your testosterone is low and you gain some body weight, then the majority of that will not be muscle mass. The majority of it will actually be body fat, and that's why my body composition is very much different from how it usually is when I enter a bulk or I'm in the midst of a bulk. So that is the reason that I'm starting to cut again. And again, I'm very excited to be bringing you guys along the journey because I really enjoyed making the devoted series and even taking you guys along this 4-month bulking period. So really appreciate the support as always. That is it for this video, guys. I sincerely hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to smash the like button because it really helps out the channel grow. Comment down below and subscribe to the channel for so much more content coming really soon. I'm out, guys, and peace out. See you in the next one.